Telethon possible. This portion of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you in part by Saint-Hubert, Saint Laurent, and Orleans locations.
We are joined now by representatives from Conseil Sauclair de District Catholique of Eastern Ontario. Eastern Ontario. I'm so sorry. As a Southwestern Ontario girl, my French needs some work here. But I'll tell you what doesn't need work, the fundraising efforts of this fine group. You have a wonderful check presentation, and we're going to get to that in just a second, Paul. But first, we want to talk about the events that were held to raise money for CHEO.
Yeah, we had different activities in different schools, as selling popcorn and receiving donations from parents, different activities. So all to help the student in needs, children in needs at CHEO.
Yeah, and I bet you it's amazing, Guillaume, to see the number of people that come together year after year to help you with your fundraising efforts.
Oh, yes. And we want to thank all the students, the parents, our school committee, because there was so many activities. So thank you so much for your generosity.
Yes, we always love to see that. And of course, it's now time for you to turn that check over and show us how much you were able to raise for CHEO, $5,774.35. Thank you all so much. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
We're going to send things over to JJ.
Saint-Hubert, great sauce. Welcome to the lovely and talented and hardworking and respected Catherine Latham.
And I can't wait for this one.
And
who is that guy?
Arguably one of the top 5 sportscasters working in Ottawa today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Terry Marcotte is with us as well. Great to have you both back on the scene. We have a great afternoon planned.
We do, absolutely. We're going to raise some money. It's a sunny Sunday. Why wouldn't we, right?
Absolutely. Mr. Marcotte, a great afternoon is in store.
Yeah, it's a fun day, and to see all the people giving their time, and all the people at home who will open up their pocketbooks and give a little money to CHEO today.
Every year coming through. Let's go back to the desk.
All right, thank you. JJ's not the only one with a Mr. Marcotte to talk to today, right? I've got Carson Marcotte here, and you were saying, oh, that's kind of strange that Terry Marcotte's back there, and you're here. Good representation from the Marcottes, but you don't know that guy, right? No, don't worry about him. Carson, you are here partly because your sister, Carissa, went through some tough times, right? Can you read this? Do you know what she was diagnosed with?
She was diagnosed with leukemia.
Yes. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I was hoping you were going to say that so I wouldn't have to say it. Do you want me to grab that? So we're going to just pull this mic over here. Do you want to hold that mic?
Yes.
There, perfect. Then we can hear you. And how long ago was that your sister got sick?
I don't really remember.
No?
I think it was in 2015 or 16.
Okay. And when she was sick, were you worrying about her a lot?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. It's tough because it's not just the person that gets sick that worries, it's everyone in the family around them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you and your sister are pretty close.
We are very close.
Awesome. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about what that was like for you coming up in just a little minute, but thank you for being here at the telethon. Carson said to me, I thought I was going to be sitting back there with all the phones, but no, we got the prime seat here for Carson, right? All right, and Janet Corky is here as well, child life specialist at CHEO, about making the toughest of experiences for kids not as tough, right? What you people do?
That's right.
Yeah. And child life, some people don't even know what that is because it's a department you don't see at other hospitals. What does a child life specialist do exactly?
Well, the easiest way to describe it is that we accompany patients and their families through their hospital experience, and that can be preparing and supporting through tests and procedures. It can be bringing them down to the playroom. It can be helping them with growth and development and play.
All
we
of
do
those
it all.
things. Yeah. absolutely. And I know I did a story a little while back on Unicorn Day, which was just something really fun that all the kids could come to the playroom and celebrate, get unicorns made from the little sort of Build-A-Bear type machine. And it's amazing all the efforts that people make to make sure that...
The patients and the staff, everybody got in on it, and it was just an amazing day.
Yeah, everyone was dressed up. Some people were a little more camera shy than others, but it was a fun time. So we're going to talk to you throughout this hour about a little bit more about what child life specialists do at CHEO. First, Tricia is standing by with a check presentation.
I am indeed. Patricia, the fine folks at Dairy Queen have been supporting CHEO for over 20 years with a number of fundraisers, including one of their more popular ones, the Miracle Treat Day. Everyone loves Miracle Treat Day, Neil.
We all love Miracle Treat Day. It'll be August 8th this year.
It's when the calories don't count at all, right?
There's no calorie counting on Miracle Treat Day.
No, absolutely not.
It's entirely a treat day and a CHEO day.
A treat day and a CHEO day, absolutely. Let's talk about some of the other events that you hold throughout the year to raise money for CHEO.
Sure, we do fundraising throughout the year. We have bake sales and various art sales and that sort of thing throughout the system. We have coin canisters in the stores as well. We do a Chillin' for CHEO event a couple of weeks before Miracle Treat Day as well. And we sell CHEO balloons.
Fantastic. So just a lot of fun, and it's an easy way for people to give back to the community, right?
It sure is. And it makes you feel good.
It sure does, and fills your belly all at the same time. Okay, let's flip that check over and see how much you've raised this year. Incredible. $211,945. Unbelievable. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all our fans for helping out CHEO.
Yes, thank you. We'll send things over to Kathy now on the phone. Thanks.
Trish, that is just incredible. I'm here with Corey Regenbald. Corey, you've been here 15 years volunteering, you said?
About that, yes.
But you say you're a graduate of CHEO. You were there since the day you were born.
Yes, I have.
Tell us why.
I was born with spina bifida hydrocephalus. It's basically paralyzed from the waist down. I am in a wheelchair.
And initially, your parents were told that how long they thought you would live?
The doctors at the time in 95 said about 3 years.
And how old are you now?
I am 24.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
So what does CHEO mean to you?
It's everything. It's my life from the day I was born right up until the day I die.
So get those phones ringing, right? If that doesn't get people to start calling in, I don't know what will, Terry. One more reason to make that call today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of terrific volunteers, and there's a whole whack of RE/MAX people here, except for Kelly Sears, and you don't fit into the rest of the crowd. And I said, how do you fit into this? And right there is your son, Eric. Tell me about Eric.
He is just the most amazing kid, and I'm super proud of him, and he's the current CHEO champion. So
You must be awfully proud.
I am extremely proud of him. He's done such a great job.
And we met during the hockey season. He was out and got the royal treatment from the Ottawa Senators.
He did. They were fantastic, and they all met and took the time to speak with him, and it was wonderful. They were great.
All right. Well, this is must be heartwarming to see all the love and support for CHEO. So please get the phones ringing. Patricia.
Just so
All right.
professional
Thank
with
you,
that.
Terry. And I think we've got the mic working now. You're saying he looks professional with his mic on, ready to go. Carson, we talked about your sister. We were trying to figure out when she got sick. We couldn't remember exactly when she got sick, but you do remember exactly when she got to ring the bell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and when was that?
It was November. It was in November 2018, and all the nurses were there too.
And was that day pretty cool? Were you happy for Carissa that day?
Yes.
Yeah. And how is she doing now?
Better, a lot better.
She's focusing on one very important task, right?
Yes, her mobility to walk.
Yeah, and that's getting better?
Very.
Yeah. She's gone through a lot, as has your whole family, in hospital. When kids are going into hospital and finding out what's ahead of them and what procedures they might be facing, a lot of times it's new for us, it's very new for the kids, and child life specialists are instrumental in kind of walking the kids through that beforehand, right, to let them know what might be coming. Yeah, and you have some special helpers for that process.
I brought my little procedure doll along. We have wonderful groups in the community who make these for us, and it lets the child personalize the procedure doll. It lets them rehearse and practice the steps. Let's say it's for an IV insertion and they're having some difficulty with that. It lets them develop some coping skills that will help them through the procedure, and it lets them understand a bit more what is going to be happening. And a lot of times when you let a child practice, develop some coping skills and understand a bit more about what's happening to them, then they have a much easier time.
So this, for example, it has what looks like an IV attached.
Yes.
Or I better not start using terminology or we'll get it all wrong. But so you're just showing them exactly what's going to happen to them before it actually happens.
And they're actually
right?
doing all the different stages and using the needle and understanding that the needle doesn't stay in their arms, that it's just a little plastic straw that stays in. And sometimes they had no idea what was actually happening, and they just understand that they're afraid. So it's an amazing opportunity to help them cope better.
And is it amazing how mature they can actually be when it is explained? And I feel like we hold on to fear and anxieties we've built up over the years, but kids, when you explain it to them, often are pretty good about going through with what they have to deal with.
It takes the mystery out of it. It gives them a chance to cope and just be more in control of the situation.
Absolutely. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you for that explanation. And we're going to go back to Michael now. Doctors at CHEO are always looking for innovative ways to diagnose and treat children. And Michael O'Byrne discovered that the ophthalmology department has found an interesting way.
You know, when you think about high tech in hospitals, you don't necessarily think about the Baby Shark song, but the Baby Shark is actually an important diagnostic tool here in the ophthalmology department, and I'm joined by Dr. Annick Fournier and Marc Bergeron. They're going to explain to me exactly how the Baby Shark and other tools like that work. Doctor, in terms of eye examinations for kids, how do you use a tool like this?
We use a tool like Baby Shark and others in our examination rooms to really get kids to focus on a distance target. And that allows us to assess whether kids see that target well, whether they prefer using one eye over the other, and it really helps us to get their attention so that we can do certain parts of the examination.
Because I guess here at CHEO, some of the kids are so young, they're not verbal yet, so it's really hard to get a message from them that's important for you in terms of diagnosing.
That's right. Families are always amazed that we're able to get some sort of vision in their children who don't talk. They're always very surprised when we get that.
So Marc, you created this Disneyland at CHEO. How does it work? How complicated is it?
So we took an older system that we can no longer get parts for it and was breaking down with wear and tear. And we just brought it back to life with newer technology, wireless technology, and a bit of a computer that we designed on our own.
Other hospitals interested in this already?
Yes, well, there's a few requests. People are starting to ask about this, but we just want to get everything cleaned up and organized and maybe patented first before we go any further.
Doctor, is this something you see as a way of the future in terms of trying to make your job easier and taking care of the children in the best possible way?
Absolutely, absolutely. Taking care of kids with the latest technology, but also in the friendliest way is really what we aim for.
All right. Let's take us out on some music.
All right.
Can we get some more Baby Shark? There we go.
Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do.
Yes, please. Okay, and here we are. See, we're having so much fun with the RBC Race for the Kids group. We didn't even know it was our time on camera, but here we are. We want to talk about Race for Kids. And for people, Marjolaine, who aren't familiar with the event, tell us what it's all about and how it helps CHEO.
It's a 2, 5, and 10K race. And this year it's going to be our 3rd edition, actually. And it's taking place, this year it's taking place on September 15th at Wesley Glover Park. And we've had 2 races so far. And we've raised $600,000 so far, including the amount that we're presenting today.
Yes, and we are going to get to that in just a minute, but it must be so wonderful year after year to see people coming out and participating and helping to raise money for such an important cause.
Absolutely. We're very, very pleased to support CHEO and particularly youth mental health. It's amazing. 9 kids every day show up at CHEO Emergency. That's that's not acceptable. Kids need our help. Their families need our help, and CHEO as well.
And here you are to help them out. All right, let's flip that check over and show everyone how much you've raised this year. Amazing. $307,429. Congratulations to you. That is incredible. We're now going to send things over to Kathy.
Trish, we absolutely love that. And we just heard from Corey Regenbald, and he said, my mom is up here answering phones. You need to talk to her. Connie, you know about that day of diagnosis when he was born. Take us back there.
Don't do that. I found out, I guess, on April 2nd he was being born with spina bifida. I still don't know what it was all about. The computers weren't all that great at that time. So I finally found out a week later from somebody at CHEO or at the General Hospital. Went there and they said, yes, your son will be born with spina bifida. But it was more the hydrocephalus that they saw. So it was water on the brain. And Corey was born on May 25, 1995 at the CHEO, well, at the General. And then they transferred him over to the CHEO. And it's been it's been a challenge every time we went to the appointments. And when you're a baby, you go to the appointments almost every week, and then they become every 4 months, and then they become every 6 months, and then it's yearly. And now he's 24 years old, so
which is incredible. And you say he still goes back there to thank the staff, and we want to thank you for being here. Again, make that call 613-738-1450. Terry,
I'm with Gary Shavers up answering the phones, and he's wearing a Team Morgan shirt. And tell me about Morgan.
So Morgan passed away from cancer, unfortunately, in 2010. And her mother at the funeral said that her greatest fear Morgan would be forgotten. So we created Team Morgan. We raised money for children's cancer research at CHEO. And members of the Ottawa Fire Service, friends and family. We are Team Morgan, and that's why we do what we do.
And Morgan has not been forgotten.
Morgan's not been forgotten. She lives on. And she would be very happy to know that the work that we're doing now has greatly increased the odds of children's cancer treatments and their survival rates.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you.
Patricia.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Beautiful tribute and testimony there. And back here with Carson Marcotte, love saying that name, Carissa's brother. And we talked about your sister having cancer, doing much better now, relearning how to walk. But you guys have all gone through a lot, right?
Yes.
As a family. And sometimes when you're going through a lot of tough stuff, we need to talk about it. Sometimes adults aren't very good at learning that we need to talk about it, but we do. And we're talking more about how we need to talk about it. And who do you talk about it with? You have a very special person, right?
I talk with Eloise, and she helps us focus on the good stuff that we can all do. Like my sister can do, and she helps us with, we can play games with her. Me and my sister, we play Jenga and games like that.
So Eloise is a child psychologist, and this, I know, this position is completely funded by donor dollars. So the people who are calling here today are the ones that help get the money so that you and your sister and the people that need to have someone very special like that to talk to, which is cool, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so she helps you play games, do the fun stuff, focus on what is good in your life so you don't think too much about the tougher stuff, right?
Yeah, and the stuff that I can do, but my sister can't do.
Do you sometimes feel sad that there's stuff that you can do that she can't do?
Yes, very.
Yeah. And you want to make sure that you're being fair with her about that, right? And
Yes. So I do as much as I can to play with her and just do stuff that she can do.
Right. You strike me as being a big thinker. Are you 9 years old?
Yes.
Yes, but you talk like you're a 30-year-old. Yes. And being a big thinker is wonderful, but sometimes we get in our own head a little bit too much, and sometimes someone has to remind us to look out and look at the beautiful picture of life that's out there, right?
Yeah.
You're awesome, Carson. And then there's the tough stuff right in the hospital, the basic physical tough stuff. One of the things that probably we all think is so basic, you go for blood work or you donate blood, and it seems to be there's blood work for every kind of procedure, and for young kids that's not so easy, right? That kind of thing.
That's right. And just showing the chance to practice and hear what the different steps are. One of my little 6-year-olds was kicking and screaming all the time, and 2 sessions of dealing with the actual equipment, His mother said, tell her what you did. And he said he was in emergency, and he said, I showed them the vein that worked, and I told them what I was going to do while they were doing it to distract myself, and just so amazing how you can turn that around for a child.
Absolutely, and you guys are very special in what you do and being able to turn that stuff around. We love that. Well, that's more of what we're going to talk about right now. Having blood work or any medical procedure done at CHEO can be, of course, nerve-wracking for kids and parents alike. I have a 22-year-old that hates to have her blood taken, and that is where CHEO's child life specialists come in, and they're trained to help prepare kids for what's going to happen to them. Ryan Mercer, who is featured in this next story, unfortunately lost his battle with cancer at the age of 11. Everyone who knew Ryan remembers him fondly and very much misses his humor and kindness.
Let's go to room 11. We're gonna go and get her pentamidine.
Like most kids in CHEO's medical day unit, 7-year-old Abigail needs blood work.
This is it. Hello.
She's being treated for cancer.
Oh, it's hard. You can do it.
For many kids, blood tests can be intimidating.
It doesn't hurt.
Child life specialists at CHEO, like Manon Rollin, are here to help.
We will use a lot of play. We'll actually teach and prepare kids for their medical procedures that are coming up.
Let's go for the good spot. We only won one poke.
So we'll do a bit of medical play. I have what I call like a CHEO doll. And so we'll go through the different steps and sometimes explain why we need to do that.
You can actually get the syringe at the end, and then you twist, you push, and twist.
Doing mock procedures like blood tests and putting in an IV help patients understand and feel comfortable.
And we need to unhook it.
11-year-old Ryan is another one of Roland's patients. He's also receiving cancer treatment here at CHEO.
She brings video games.
There.
With the help of child life specialists like Roland, he knows what's in store, even has some advice.
Say 3, 2, 1 slow before you put the needle in. Don't look at the needle when putting it in.
What's going on? Is there something hiding?
Yes.
Even on the tough days, Roland loves what she does.
It's an amazing job.
She's been at it for 17 years.
Obviously, there's hard days working on the oncology MDU unit. There's days where there's like new diagnosis or patients who've relapsed.
But she says the kids and their strength keep her going.
They're all heroes, you know. Some of them go through a lot, and you never hear them complaining.
Roland says her patients teach her too.
They're living in the moment, so I think that's a big lesson for us adults.
Your fingers almost got stuck in there? Yeah. Oh, now Ryan.
Because we let kids be kids, and so we can leave the illness behind and just move on with the serious kids' business, play.
Do you ever wonder how your name gets up on the screen? It's rolling right by with the amount that you gave and where you live. Yeah, I have always wondered that too. But it's done by a group called Disc Daddy. At least that's who we use, and they not only let us use this program, but they also love to help out kids, and in this case, our kids. So it's great. They're doing the miracle match is basically what it all comes down to. We'll start the clock, and Disc Daddy will be your sponsor. And you'll be a part of it all. How good is that? Let's start the clock. Let's go. Miracle match time. The excitement is building here at the EY Center. This huge, beautiful place that we get to call home for a Sunday afternoon. Disc Daddy, a $3,000 miracle match. Yep, it's the time to call the Telethon, all right. Have you heard? Disc Daddy's doing a $3,000 miracle match. You're kidding. Yeah, they are. And for the next 2 minutes and 28 seconds, if you pick up the telephone and call us at 738-1450, you will have your donation matched. So your $100 donation, Disc Daddy's going to say, hey, whoa, that's nice. Thank you so much. We'll match that. So there you go. There $200 just going to CHEO because you called. And that's why we do miracle matches. Your dollar really goes a long, long way. Yes, all these flag wavers are hoping for a phone call. And if you're going to do it, this is the time to do it. 738-1450 is the number to call. 738-1450. Hashtag hero for CHEO. Be a hero for CHEO and our kids. Telephone number is easy, 738-1450. And it's a Disc Daddy $3,000 miracle match. An opportunity to make that telephone call, make your dollar go a long way, and make kids better. That's really why we're here. Make kids better. They're sick? Yeah. We'd like to, well, it's not that we'd like to do it, we have to do it. They're our kids. We love to do it. It's part of our DNA. It's who we are. We help. Miracle match time. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to call. 738-1450. 738-1450. $100 becomes $200. $200 becomes $400. And 5 becomes a $1,000 donation. You can keep going all the way, all the way you like, right up to $3,000. Please be our guest to do that with your donation. That'd be fabulous. But not everybody can afford to do that. In fact, most of us can't afford to do anything close to that. But we want to do something, and we can do something. We can phone and make our donation. $25. Thank you very much. Means a lot. Yeah, I know. You got kids, expenses, got that fridge, that stove. Sure would like a second car. There's lots of stuff going on. Maybe it's not the second car. Maybe it's really, really important. Like CHEO. Thank you so much for making a miracle happen right here this afternoon. Hey, thanks to our friends at Disc Daddy for your help in showing off our generous
Thank you to the
friends.
following for making the CHEO Telethon possible. Monthly giving is one of the easiest ways to make a difference for the kids at CHEO. Use your credit or Visa debit card. Call now to become a hero for CHEO by becoming a monthly donor.
Got a familiar face joining us. Likely know the man in the middle here, Kevin Gohane with the CHEO Foundation. Kevin, you're here to tell us about the Bell Canada GM Golf Tournament. What is this event all about?
So first of all, I'll just comment that I've invited my good friends Christina and Catherine out here to help me. They'll be back here for another check presentation in a minute, but we thought they needed a dry run and I needed company. So
I think you needed some handlers, maybe. Is that what it was?
I needed some help, so thanks to them for coming out. But the Bell GM Golf Tournament has been going on now for many, many years. I think I've attended the last 18 consecutive. Each and every year it raises money for CHEO. The last number of years it's also raised money for through its Bell Let's Talk program. Just a great effort. It's Bell getting together with a number of its customers and suppliers, have a great day of golf, and they use the opportunity to raise money for CHEO. So what a great thing to do.
And we love that when people can have fun and also raise money for the CHEO Foundation, right?
Absolutely. And I'd like to throw out a special thanks to Julie Haynes and Sandy Clement, Sandy McDonald, Bob McDonald, and a number of others, Jason, others at Bell for doing this. So thank you guys. This is your moment of pride.
All right, fantastic. And now the moment is upon us where we flip that check over and see how much money has been raised as a result. $30,000. Incredible. All right, we're going to send things over to Patricia.
Very nice. Glad to see Kevin found some friends over there. That's awesome. And we're always happy to have friends up here at the desk. One of the nice things about doing this is that we get some great kids who come in, like 9-year-old Carson, like Katie before that, who sit here at the desk and help us co-host, which is awesome. Some of the kids at CHEO, though, of course, are not old enough to be here doing this kind of thing. Janet, you work with the very, very young as well, babies sometimes who are in CHEO for quite a long time. And what does a child life specialist do then to try to sort of ease that experience for the family?
Right. So on our floor, we have an all-age medical floor that I work on, but sometimes some of the babies that we get come to us followed by complex care, and they don't need the intensive care of the neonatal unit, but they're not well enough to go home yet. They have feeding issues, they have oxygen requirements, different things like that that we're working through as they grow. And we really want to keep the environment so that they will thrive, do developmental play, that kind of thing, and encourage the families to be involved and to be comfortable with a baby who may have an IV, cardiac monitor, oxygen requirements, all kinds of different medical issues. One of our babies who just a little bit of a success story and went home on Friday was here for a long period of time on our floor and from far away, and was able to have a visit from a slightly older brother during that long hospital stay. And I know we do handprints for end of life to provide a memory for a family, but we also like to celebrate. And this just is
this was a celebration.
Celebration of a baby and his older brother that we were able to do a handprint for the mom.
Nice. And went home on Friday.
That's right.
Love it. Okay. Good stuff. We're going to switch gears here a little bit. Carson, you like sports?
Yes, I do.
What do you play?
Basketball, soccer, and tennis.
Nice. Not a lot of yoga?
Nope.
No. I do yoga. Maybe it's for older people, you think? Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, we're going to go out to the lobby now where Catherine Latham may be thinking about doing some yoga. Kathy?
Yeah, Patricia, I'm feeling a little bit like an underachiever. They've been at it out here for 24 hours. This is incredible, Steve. This has been a very personal journey for you.
Absolutely. My son has a personal connection at CHEO. He had neuroblastoma in 2010. CHEO was instrumental in not only helping him come to health, but also to get to where he is today, which is from 5 to a 14-year-old, thriving, happy young man.
And this is Cole right here, looking awesome, doing his thing. Why yoga? And it took a lot to get this together.
Absolutely. Well, yoga is about community, and CHEO is at the center of our community for our kids. And so it really fits. So when Randy Roffey, one of the founders of Yogapalooza, came to me and suggested that we do something meaningful and really significant with yoga, it was an easy decision, and man, the community's really gotten behind it.
Lots of people helping to sponsor.
Absolutely. We've got the yoga studios in Ottawa, we've got the restaurant community, in fact, and we have big corporate sponsors like Trend Micro and other major community members.
Okay, last year you raised $24,000. Let's flip this check over and see how we did. $51,000. This is incredible, and this is not the only athletes that are out here in the lobby who have been working hard for 24 hours. In fact, just look over here. They've got the punching bags, and that's where we find Terry Marcotte.
A lot of tired people here, punching with purpose. Bella is the organizer with the Phoenix Boxing Club. What have these people been doing?
They've been boxing for an hour straight. We have 5 different groups, so 60 boxers in total.
And how much you're going to raise? A lot of money here.
I think we're over 15,000 right now.
This is a great combination, and Chris just finished up. I mean, you look a little tired.
A little bit, yeah. It was a lot of work, about an hour, so, but you get through it. As long as you keep a good pace, and train properly.
It's a nice way to give back, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, for sure, and it's good exercise too at the same time. So, yeah.
Congratulations for doing this. I mean, and you're going to be helping a lot of kids.
Yes, well, we all have kids, so we know people with kids, families. So yeah, it's so important for a great cause.
All right. Well, thank you. And exhausted-looking people here, but they'll be so happy after it's done. Tricia.
Terry, thanks very much. Barb Foster joins us now to talk to us about a very special event, the Scott Takasi Memorial Gold Glove Baseball Tournament. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Talk to us about what this special event is all about.
Well, the tournament is in memory of Scott Takasi. He was 12 years old, and after hitting a home run for his Canada baseball team, he passed out and unfortunately passed away. So this year is the 24th annual tournament, and to date we've raised $400,000 for CHEO, and next year is 25, so we've got some big plans to celebrate that.
Just incredible, yes. And so obviously very important for your group to get together and raise money for CHEO.
It really is, and it's an army of volunteers that runs this tournament. We believe it's the largest baseball tournament for charity in Canada, and we have repeat teams coming back from New York, all over Ontario and Quebec every year.
So fantastic to see that community support. Let's flip that check over, Barb, and show everyone how much we were able to raise, $15,710. What an incredible amount. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll turn things over now to Patricia.
Okay, thank you. Love seeing that. Carson's applauding up here with the best of them. We were just talking a little bit more about your sister, Carissa, the one who had cancer, and you guys are really a team together at home, right? You're pulling together. And you used to play on the same hockey team back before she was sick, right? What was that like playing hockey with your sister?
It was fun because me and her were really good. She was always the one that would score the goals. I'd be the person passing to her, and then we just have fun.
You had a great connection out there. And so you've seen how hard it is for her to have to give up some stuff like that. And now you said you're cheering for her because she's learning how to walk again, which is amazing. But maybe hockey's not right around the corner. And what do you guys get told about looking at the positive stuff there? You said if she can't play, what can she do that's really cool?
She can watch the Ottawa Senators play hockey because
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be a fan. Yeah.
And the only thing that she can't really do is she doesn't really like watching kids play because it reminds her of.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
You want to be able to do all those things that all your friends can do and that your brother can do. And you're super sensitive to that, which is amazing. And that's some of the stuff that Eloise talks to you guys about, right?
Yeah.
How to deal with all that. Mood generally for kids that are in these tough situations, the kids and their families, it's a big thing, right? We know more than ever now the mental health component of all of these types of situations. How much is that your role and the other child life specialists to try to keep that mood up as much as possible?
Oh, it's a part of our day-to-day programming for children. One child might need help with a procedure, but another child might just need normal life experiences, cooking in the playroom, doing a craft, getting a little bit of self-esteem back for the accomplishment of something, playing a board game with other kids to have the peer interaction occurring, and it's just like day-to-day, that's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing the awareness now, though, compared to a time when my mom used to tell me that kids went into sick kids when she was a nurse and they'd take their soothers away because you weren't supposed to have them, instead of really considering the overall effect on a child's health, which is, it's much more complex approach now and doing wonderful things, right?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go back to the phones now. Catherine Latham standing by for us. Kathy?
Thank you, Patricia. And I'm here with Kyra and her mom, Vanessa. Kyra, tell us what brought you to CHEO last year.
So last year, I ate a cake that wasn't labeled properly. I have really bad peanut allergies, and I ended up going into anaphylaxis. So I went to CHEO. The staff is all really nice. They let me have apple juice with my pills instead of water, because water is boring.
Which is awesome. Mom, why don't you let her do that?
Because I'm mean mom.
And I also asked her because I wanted her to tell all of her friends to Snapchat and everything, but Mom says she can't have a phone, which I like that about you. I think that's awesome. But people should donate, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And you can hashtag Hero for CHEO online on all your social platforms and get those phones ringing. Terry?
I'm with Charlie Spearman here, and Charlie. Okay, well, you gotta let me build it up there, Charlie. You've got the little badge. You got the CHEO badge. You're obviously a cyclist of some kind, but now you can show off your tattoo.
All right, thank you very much. I got this done about 3 years ago, out at a thing called Rosie's. It's for motorcyclists only, and it's CHEO's near and dear to my heart. Always has been.
So, if you can't see it, it's a CHEO tattoo on your arm. And why?
20-some years ago, or more than that, I came home and my parents were watching the Telethon, and they interviewed a little girl. I can't remember her name, unfortunately. And she was so upbeat and so happy about everything. And the screen went to black, and it said 2 days after the interview, she passed. And it broke my heart. And I gave my mother $40, and since then I've been donating every year. This year is the 4th year for my silent auction in Kingston and also a motorcycle ride. And I brought $4,900 to CHEO this year. And next year I'm shooting for 10 grand.
Thank you very much for all you've done. And quite the tattoo. Tricia.
Such an amazing story, Terry. Thank you so much. We're now going to learn about a unique fundraising event for CHEO called the Longest Day of Coaching. Catherine, tell us all about this.
The Longest Day of Coaching is held at View Golf Club, and it's basically where my dad, Matt Robinson, just do lessons from dusk to dawn.
Okay, this sounds pretty intense, Mitchell.
Yes, it is. My dad, Matt, he teaches the members and some guests at View for the whole day, and he accepts donations from them. All the money from that day goes straight to CHEO, and the rest of the family, as seen here, we go from our house to View with muffins and cupcakes, and we give them out to the members as a thank you.
I love this. So, Christina, you guys are all involved, and you're busy that day on the longest day of coaching.
Yeah, all the money at the end of the day goes to help preemies like us at CHEO, because me and Catherine were born at 28 weeks, and I was less than 3 pounds and she was less than 2 pounds.
Wow. Okay, so obviously a very personal story, personal reason for giving back. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to have you flip that check over and see how we did this year. Amazing. $45,039. Congratulations to you guys, and thank you so much for sharing your story, Patricia.
3 pounds. Oh my gosh. One of mine was 10.5 pounds. So three of you. That's amazing. Thank you. We just want to say, by the way, that June 9th is a special holy day for the Jewish community, and we're sending our best wishes to the members of the Jewish community who are celebrating Pentecost and can't join us today. We at CTV and CHEO wish all of you a happy Pentecost. All right. We have some lists of names here. Some of the people that have been picking up the phone and calling us, and we're so thrilled that they have. And I have Carson here doing some reading for me. Carson, who's your donor there that you'd like to shout out to?
Thanks to Charles Fraser, because he donated $100 to CHEO.
$100?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Do you have $100 in your pocket right now?
You can check.
I'm not reaching in. Does your dad have $100? Probably
I don't know.
That's awesome. Charles Fraser, $100. Any other ones you want to read?
I don't know how.
You don't know how because these names are hard, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, we picked the easier name. Okay, I got some easy names too. Doug Kearney from Ottawa, also $100. Thank you so much. Mr. Bernard Paquette from Gatineau, $120. Thank you. And Janet for us?
Oh, and I have a couple. I've got Julie Flynn from Milton, donated $50. And Lynn Burns from Ottawa donated $400. Thank you so much.
Love that, because we've been talking about that lovely weather, and there's so many reasons you want to be outside. Maybe you're outside on the deck with your cell phone giving us a call, which is lovely. 613-738-1450, 1-888-738-1450. And if you are on social media today and you're talking about the telethon, hashtag hero for CHEO. We have so many heroes for CHEO right here today, and Tricia Owens is standing by in our Czech area with yet another hero for CHEO. Tricia.
Yes, indeed, Patricia. We have several heroes for CHEO here in our Czech presentation area, and we are going to start with Monica and Vincent talking about Wear It Forward. What is this all about?
So Wear It Forward is a socially conscious, not so ugly Christmas sweater company, and $5 of every sale goes to CHEO.
I am loving these sweaters, actually. They look fantastic. You feeling pretty good?
I love it. It's always warm. Yeah.
It's always warm, especially under these lights. Okay, fantastic. So show us your efforts for CHEO. Wonderful. $6,128. So obviously a lot of people are enjoying the Wear It Forward, not so ugly Christmas sweaters. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move along the line here to Michelle with Valley Flowers. Let's talk about your involvement with CHEO.
Every year for the last, I believe, 20 years, we've been selling flowers in the buildings for CHEO. And we sell roses for love.
I love that so much, right? And obviously people are feeling really great. They're buying flowers, and then they know that they're helping a great cause. Why is it so important for you to get involved year after year?
CHEO is dear to my heart. We've been part of CHEO for a while now. And because my daughter was in CHEO, And so it's very dear to my heart.
Yeah, a special place in your heart for sure. Okay, let's turn that check over, Michelle. $6,000 for CHEO. That is amazing. Congratulations. So great to see all of you out here. Thank you so much. Okay, we're now going to send things over to Catherine.
Thank you so much, Trish. We have so many awesome volunteers on the phone. There's a group here from the Marriott hotel chains that come here to donate their time, but it's very personal for you, Denise, as well.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Tell me about your daughter, Charlotte.
Well, she's 18 years old. She's going to be 19 in August, so she has graduated, as Corey called it, from CHEO, which is always a really hard transition in any parent's life. With CHEO and the Ottawa Children's Treatment Center, which is now part of CHEO, was a big part of our life. We were there every week from, I guess, almost the time she was born through until she aged into school.
Which is important to know that it's not just there for those medical tests and procedures and surgeries, but also the support in the community. And that's why it's more important than ever to make that call, help those programs still thrive. Terry?
Everybody's got a story up here. Rick Patch, you volunteer at CHEO, but a backstory that goes way back when.
Yes, I come to CHEO and I like to help out wherever I can because they saved my son's life many, many years ago. A family doctor misdiagnosed him and he was very limp and unconscious, and we thought, no, we better bring him right to the hospital. And we brought him in, and the doctors assessed him very quickly, and they said, it's a good thing you brought him in because if you didn't, he wouldn't be with us any longer. So I say thank you to all the doctors and nurses, and now I'm able to help them out too whenever I can.
Thanks for what you do. Thanks everyone up here for what you do, and those are things you never forget. And that's why we're all here today, to kind of help out with CHEO. And Jay, you've been a stalwart for many, many years, and thanks for what you do as well.
Well, I'll tell you, thank you, Terry. We're all moms and dads, and here's a great mom, and here comes a great dad, and both of you have been wonderful help, not just for this hour, but over the years, and there's a great reason why. Here's a great mom and dad.
Thanks, Jay, and I'm so happy to see Corey's phone ringing.
Yeah.
These kinds of inspiring stories, it's why we do it, and why we're all here on this beautiful Sunday to help our hospital stay in our community.
Yeah. And for everyone at home, just make it worthwhile, and please, if you can, give and help a wonderful place.
Thank you both.
Just say that someone's a mom or a dad, and you can almost feel that emotional reaction. Janet Corky is a child life specialist here with me, and you're a mom as well, right? You have one the same age as my older one, 22, and then a couple a little bit older
than that. Yeah,
which is also reinforcing the reward of your work all the time, of course. And you brought some of the distractions that you use with the kids.
I did. I brought some of my favorite distraction toys, and when I went to put them out on the desk here to show everyone, I think a couple of them got left behind with the kids that are playing and waiting. So
we need the toys in our kids' backstage area.
That's right.
Awesome. Keep them occupied. Carson, can you believe we're almost at the end of our hour here? You're a natural at this. Are you going to maybe come work with me at the desk sometime at CTV Ottawa?
I do not know.
But I think you could. I'm maybe going to give Graham Richardson a phone call and say, if he's sick one day, maybe you could come in and be my co-host. Would that be
I'm
cool?
hoping so.
Okay, good. All right. We got an arrangement. All right, we have come to that time of the hour where we get to check our total on the big board over here. So are you set to do our countdown for us so we can reveal the numbers on the board?
Countdown from what?
Are we all ready? What do you want to count down from? We could do 10, 5, or 3.
3.
From 3? All right, here we go. A big countdown from 3. Are we ready?
3, 2, 1.
There's our numbers. And nice. Beautiful. We are closing in on the $3 million mark. So it's a good thing we picked 3. That's a good number. $2,794,350. Excellent. Thank you so much to both Carson and Janet for joining us. Well, imagine for a moment that you're born without fully functioning ears. You can't learn spoken language or process sound from your environment, so you fall behind. That has a direct impact on your ability to develop if left without intervention, of course. So we have the story now of Daniel Payne, who was born in China and spent 6 years in almost complete silence, and it's taken just 10 months at CHEO to turn his life around.
咦，马开得快不快？你嘞？
For 6 years, 4 in a Chinese wellness house, what we might call an orphanage, and 2 in a loving foster home. Daniel Payne waited for his parents. Finally, the day came. Christopher Payne and Megan Leslie of Ottawa arrived to pick up their son.
So we get into the elevator, and there's this kid in the elevator. We're like,
not alone.
Yeah, but it's like with somebody. I was like, that's weird. We're both like in the elevator, you know, and then Megan and I are like, is that him?
And it was.
And it was.
Yeah,
a camera, yeah.
Daniel's new parents had been somewhat briefed by the Chinese government on the physical limitations of their son. He couldn't hear, but they had little information about how that impacted his ability to learn or what could be done to help him.
As a child is developing, they really rely on their hearing to learn language and develop spoken language, and then move on as they get into school for literacy and learning.
There's Sarah.
Hi, Daniel.
We're going to see, Sarah's going to take us in, okay?
Within weeks of coming to Ottawa,
Are you ready to play our game?
CHEO was helping, and the foundation even paid for a transformative device called a bone conduction hearing aid. It's exactly as it sounds.
The way we play our game is we put the toy on our cheek when we're listening, okay?
Daniel hears through his bones, thanks to a special device not paid for by the current healthcare system. Families like Daniel's,
I hear the bird. Do you hear it? Yeah.
must rely on the generosity of donors.
It's been absolutely breathtaking, the level of support that they've provided us, and this entire community just sort of wrapped around him.
There we go. Good.
Within a week, he was seen here in audiology. Within a couple of weeks, he was hooked up with the hearing aid. He was staggering.
Staggering, to be sure.
I'm going to borrow this.
You're going to borrow it?
I tried it, and literally with my ears completely plugged, I heard through the bones in my head, clear as day.
You're hearing now exactly the same way he hears.
Wow. Everything's clear.
Daniel was born with bilateral microtia and atresia, which means a deformity of both outer ears and ear canals.
With a bone conduction hearing aid,
But the inner ear is intact, so he's not a candidate for cochlear implants or a regular hearing aid.
when you're born with bilateral microtia, it's kind of an auditory emergency. That child has no other way to access sound without the help of this type of hearing aid.
And what color is this one?
Green.
Green, good.
The medical team monitors him closely,
So what color is this?
Pink.
Pink.
and he's gained 100 new words in just a few months.
Yeah.
Eventually, Daniel will have 2 devices implanted in the bones behind his ears. In the meantime, the focus is on learning, all thanks to technology.
Without community donations to our CHEO Foundation, if these kids aren't amplified from an early age, it would definitely impact their speech and language development.
He's a cheerful little guy, which is super helpful. It goes a long way.
No.
Where'd it go?
All right, that's awesome. We're eating candies here as we watch ourselves on
There you
TV. So great. And joined by Daniel and his parents, Christopher and Megan. Thank you so much for being here. It's amazing what technology can do, right?
Yep,
You
it
can-
is.
You can see
Absolutely.
yourself again. Oh my goodness.
He's pretty thrilled.
Yeah, this is your big moment on TV.
Yep, that's you, buddy.
And this device that Daniel has on his head.
Yes.
How do you look, Daniel? You look pretty good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty thrilled. Yeah.
Amazing what it can do now. He's now able to hear normally just through his bones.
His hearing's in the normal range now. Like he actually, so when they did the first tests, he was what they say in
There
audiology
you
minus 45 dB.
Yeah, there's
So
none left.
profoundly deaf. So his hearing would have been
Okay, thank you.
worse than underwater. I mean, it's very, very limited. He was getting some stuff, but very, very little information coming in.
And now you're in the business of playing catch up, right? He
Yeah.
had almost silence for so long,
Yeah.
and now to try and hit those developmental milestones, learn a whole language.
Absolutely.
There's a lot going on. The progress is phenomenal, though, right?
Oh, it's pretty remarkable. He has this unbelievable level of curiosity. He wants to know about everything and he's starting to figure out that all things have
a name, and he wants to know the name for all the things.
For everything, yeah.
And so that's the bulk of our day is
describing things,
naming things.
This thing and that thing.
Absolutely.
This thing,
And catching up. And you're trying to figure out the whole TV business here too, how everything's working.
He's fascinated by the cameras.
Yes.
And now he's lost his mic.
Yeah.
Oh my
Come
goodness.
on, bud.
When he was first able to hear, when this device is put on, and
Yeah.
you saw Timothy trying it in
Yeah.
the piece there, what's that moment like as
Well,
parents?
the funny thing is that everybody thinks it's going to be some sort of cathartic moment, but it's not really, because his brain doesn't process it.
So he
he
doesn't-
had no idea
What's happening.
So, yeah, like he
Right.
doesn't know. He's never heard. So he starts hearing, and it's just like it didn't make any sense to him. So he was
But
super chill. Like he didn't do anything.
The
He
next day,
day,
he wanted it.
he put the hearing aid on
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah,
because he
Yeah.
made the connection between the
Right.
television and that you could figure out that
But
when the lips are moving on Paw Patrol, that there was sound
Sit
accompanying
down.
it.
Right. This is
So-
going to get me some information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is
exactly.
so weird because he watched Paw Patrol in China clearly because he knew the character, but he doesn't know the characters, but he didn't know any of the names of anybody. So
Right.
now he knows them in English.
Right.
Yeah.
Just putting labels on everything,
Put labels
including
on
Paw
everything.
Patrol
Yeah,
characters,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
amazing.
What are you doing?
And then all the challenges of parenthood all over again for you guys since adopting this little guy at
Yes,
6.
yes.
How
But
has the whole process been with CHEO just in the community
So I think
enveloping you?
Megan really summed it up the best. Is that because we come in
There's no more
with this
candy.
kid and
No,
they just
no,
kind of
just stay
all
here.
wrap around and
Yeah.
they create this really supportive structure, and they just help you do all this stuff because we don't know anything about it. Like he's we keep saying we got a sample size of one. He's this deaf Chinese boy, like what who's similar, right? So you kind of go. They help you with all that stuff. So. They were the International Adoption Clinic there. It was fantastic, and audiology is fantastic, and they just all come in and help you make it work.
Amazing, and we need to make note that it's donor dollars that purchase these devices, and it's so necessary
the
for families.
crazy thing about it from a donor dollar standpoint was we go in, and within I think a week he had a loaner
after.
hearing aid which he wore for a year.
Yeah.
That's
In a
paid
few
for
minutes, okay?
completely
Just
by
after.
donor dollars.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you all, and just a regular kid who would rather be outside playing, and I
Yes.
think he's
Yes.
promised ice cream, so that's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice to hear your story, Daniel, and a pleasure to meet all three of you.
Thank you.
Jay.
All right, for Danielle, nothing better than ice cream on a Sunday afternoon. Hey, nothing better than our group at Collaborative Video, who provide us with on-stream services online so that you can see us around the world. How cool is that? Well, they're sponsoring this next Miracle Match. And to the tune of $3,000, and thanks to Collaborative Video, we invite you to call right now. It's Miracle Match time one more time. Why not? This is that time to phone the telethon. You know, I know, it's time. Yeah, Collaborative Video, basic deal is this is high-tech computer stuff that I have no idea of understanding. But people much smarter than I put all this stuff online, and it ends up around the world. I shouldn't call it all this stuff. I mean, sure deserves a lot more respect than that. It's the CHEO Telethon. It's for our kids. It's the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, and it's a miracle match, and Collaborative Video will sponsor what you are donating. Not only sponsor, that's an endorsement. They will double it. They will double your donation. $100 becomes $2. $250 donation becomes a $500 donation. Collaborative Video and other wonderful organizations believe firmly in the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario and believe that it's certainly more than worth putting up $3,000 to match what you, commonly referred to, I guess, as the general public, will match. But we know it's not the general public who are calling in. It's our family. Just checking in with us to see how we're doing this year. We're doing pretty good at CHEO. Thank you. Thank you very much for seeing how we're doing. We're doing all right. Our kids are happy. Our kids are smiling. Thanks to CHEO, they're doing just great. But thanks for checking in. And if you got $1 or $2 to help out again this year, boy, we really appreciate your generosity. We do every year. You come through for us every year for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. And why not do it during a miracle match, huh? I guarantee you, at 7 o'clock tonight, the telethon will come to an end. And that'll be it. It's going to be all over. There will be no more miracle matches. But I guarantee you, if you phone right now, not only will your $50 bid or donation turn into a $100 result for CHEO, but you'll also feel really darn good about it all because you're doing something really, really, really important. Thank you for your participation. Thanks for checking in on us again this year, giving us a minute of a beautiful Sunday afternoon to see how we're doing at CHEO. We're doing good. If you need us, by the way, we're here 365, 24/7. Thank you, CHEO. Thank you, Collaborative Video. You guys and gals are tops. Patricia.